Yellow duckies, and welcome back to the Bookwalker. My name's Viola. If you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. Alright already, alright. I'm coming. Okay. What the? Hello? Leave me alone already. Hi. I heard you were having some problems with the client. Oh, it's Evans. Nah, nothing too bad. I can try to talk to him again if you want. I don't know. I feel like this work just isn't right for me. Hey, what are you saying? You have to do this to get your shackles removed. Your fans need you. I know, I'm just not sure this is the right path. It's bringing me nothing but suffering. And I'm not the only one suffering because of it. You just have to put up with this a little longer. 3 more orders and you're done. Yeah. Hold on. Did I ever tell you how many orders I had left? Yes, of course. Did you forget? Alright. Okay, I'll call him right now. Maybe he'll change his mind. Alright. Our tab. Broken porcelain plate, broken decorative vase, broken bar stool, broken two-person table. My gosh. Hello? Fine. I want to give you one more chance. You? I'm ready. Of course you're ready, you absolute moron. You're always ready. You failed me before, and it's most unlike me to give you another chance. Still haven't gotten over your mishap with the wand, but I think we can come to a compromise. A compromise. It's not an easy job, but several of my guys ran into trouble there. I had to pull them out. They're not expendable, and you'd be perfect for this job. Judging by what you do in your spare time, you don't have much of a choice. So get going. The order is at your door. Just try not to die. Do you know what I do in my spare time? Fine. Martin selling his share of the independent publishing company Harmony and investing in a large share of Morok Publishing Agency. Initial information states that Mr. Martin is entertaining the possibility of joining a more major and stable player with successful and high potential projects. It was reported that the entrepreneur met with the Morok board of directors today.
It's easy to get a new one.
This on the desk, and then I'll go and check out the kitchen and that sort of stuff. By the way, guys, I wanted to point out that the stories that are within this game. Someone's doing some serious renovations. The stories that are within the game are not actual stories, like written stories. They are stories that the developers and such came up with for the game, which I feel was absolutely awesome, because some of these it would be like, yeah, I'd read that. However, drawing parallels between dogmatic faith and programming AI commands is certainly an interesting exercise, especially for a subject that's already been done to death. Okay. Contractor agrees to infiltrate Black River Drifters by Elena von Bellero and extract an item, the sword Excalibur. The client agrees to pay the negotiated sum. Okay. Excalibur. Preferably the first chance I get. Ouch. Landing on a metal floor isn't all that great, I'm guessing. Oh, hi, Jack. I'm Roderick. Right. It's just been so long. It's been a week, hasn't it? Like usual. Well, there's a little setback with the client. Is that booze I smell? No, I just haven't washed this jacket in a while. Do you have a problem because of the wand? Yeah, kind of. But we're back in business now. Today we'll be looking for Excalibur. The sword? You sure we're in the right book? If we're looking for a medieval sword? We'll find out once we take a look around. Intruder alert. Identify yourself or be punished by the might of the Seekers of the Worthy. Voice is coming from a strange face on the wall that peeks out from the cables like a spider in its web. I shall hear the will of the worthy and decide your fate. Have patience. The hell is going on? Short version is, this is a pilgrim ship, and they're very serious and strict, so cut it out with the jokes. I'm not making jokes. Shh. So where's Excalibur, and what's this worthy have to do with anything? What do you think the worthy is worthy of? Worthy of Excalibur? Mm-hmm. The worthy is the one who can pull the sword from the stone. They're flying around the universe on the ship looking for that person. I remember there was an old legend or tale. I think the new author was also working with the walkers to get the sword. And now it's our turn. The worthy has spoken to me. Finally. Tell me, Endine, are you prepared to join us pilgrims sailing this black river in search of the worthy, and give your life in the pursuit of our goal? Yes, I, the navigator, greet you, Acolyte Janine. Welcome to our temple and home. Now get to work, as our ship requires constant inspection. Sounds good. Ship's navigator greets you, Acolyte. Where's the ship headed? Exploring the vast reaches of the Black River in search of the worthy. Do you have any clues about where they might be? Sacred Sword will lead us to them. When we find the worthy, they will draw the sacred sword from the stone and guide our people to a brighter future. So the worthy could be anyone, even me. Let me try and pull the sword out. I know I'm the worthy you're looking for. First you must prove you're worthy of attempting to prove that you're worthy. Study truths, inspect the machinery, help your brothers. That will guide you to gradually understanding of the truth that will unlock the path to the sword. No shortcuts for you. Can I see Excalibur? We cannot even discuss the sacred sword on the lower level of the ship. It's the most unholy part of our vessel. How do I get up higher? It's simple. You'll ascend once you prove you're worthy of it. Cables disappear up into the darkness. Doors labeled cell A, slot for an access card. Push the red button. Further, place the broken object in the slot and it will be restored to its former appearance. The synthesize object creation menu appears on the screen. Synthesize objects. Oh, okay. Got you. Engine room. Brother! Hang on. What's that sound? What sound? Oh god. Watch out! Damn. Acolyte Samsa, begin repairs immediately in the name of the worthy. Oh, elder brother. I cannot. What is your reason, Acolyte Samsa? I need help. You still have your limbs. That means you are able to do the repairs. I cannot stand. Is something pinning you down, Acolyte Samsa? I must have internal injuries. My ribs. I understand. You have lost faith in the worthy. May you not fear the disillusion on your path. Remove them from your brotherhood. No, I cannot. My ribs. Hold on, let me do it. A bright red beam shoots out of nowhere, leaving glowing glare in your retinas. When you manage to blink it away, you see Acolyte Samsa's unmoving body has a clean hole burned through the back of his head. What the hell? Acolyte Janine, begin repairs immediately in the name of the worthy. It will be done. May the worthy gaze upon you and guide your hand as their own. Look at the panel by the ceiling that the beam came from. Your hand instinctively reaches for the back of your head. Yeah, we probably should hurry with those repairs. Poor guy. Examine the body, trying to avoid looking at the head wound. You don't notice anything of interest. Something in his hand, huh? You unclench the dead man's hand to see an electronic access card. Unfortunately, the explosion damaged it. Take the still warm, partially melted access card. Look at the glow inside the engine through a dense wave of heat. Its molten metal should hurry before the core melts. So what's the problem? I don't know. The author's very vague in his description of the engine. Inside, lean forward to look into the engine's dark opening. Rubber hoses, metal pipes, pistons, and belts. Surprisingly, it all seems to be in good shape. Everything inside looks intact. Why is it heating up so much? Reach for the closest moving part of the engine. As soon as your hand touches the metal, you pull your fingers back sharply and step away. Damn, that's hot. Maybe it's supposed to be molten hot. It's a spaceship engine, right? Yeah, and that alarm is normal, and these lights are flashing just for the fun of it. Acolyte and Etchnine, was it your hand that caused the engine temperature to increase? No, in the name of the worthy. Seems that the cooling system is out of order. Follow the lower hallway to the cooling center and try to determine the problem. It will be done. Oh, lovely! The cooling system is on fire! Hot steam is escaping from the broken pipe. Examine the equipment. Pipe is broken, the water's turned on. What do we do? Disconnect the close the water valve. It's shut. Pipe is broken. Disconnect the broken pipe. It cools down fairly quickly and you put it in your coat pocket. You have to replace it with a new one. Okay. Broken pipe inside. Restored pipe inside. Wow, it even recreated the rust on it. I guess that's how it looked before the explosion. Access card. Object accepted. Processing. Completely restored access card within. Access card for slot A. We'll go there when we have the time. Connect the repaired pipe. Is that everything? Not quite. Check the equipment again. Maybe we're missing something. Water's flowing. It worked. Now go take another look at the engine. Cooling system is steadily pumping the ice mixture through the pipes. The engine isn't radiating heat like before. You can even touch the outer panel with your bare hand. Fix the cooling system, but it looks like that wasn't enough. Maybe there's some kind of button we need to push. You inspect the device with an experienced eye, but you don't see anything that even looks like a control panel, button, lever, or ignition keyhole. In the name of the worthy, I ask you to start the engine. It is not to me you should direct your prayers, Acolyte and Teen, but to the worthy. I am just their servant. Worthy, I pray start the engine. You clearly have not managed to learn the holy litanies yet, so I will help you, newcomer. By the will of the worthy, I pray for the flame to obey my will and activate this mechanism. Something inside the engine starts rumbling discontentedly, gaining momentum. Suddenly, a shrill noise fills the room. You're like, Indeed, you do not have enough faith. Oh, come on. My faith is stronger than ever. I believe in the worthy with my whole heart, my whole soul, with every cell in my body. I believe. Suddenly, a compartment opens on the side of the engine with a soft hiss. In a cloud of white steam, an empty compartment designed to hold a cylindrical flask appears. I speak of something else. Place a full vessel of faith in the compartment so that our temple may continue its journey. Is that some kind of fuel? Faith? Yeah, it's something like fuel around here. Let's go look around. Maybe we can find somewhere to siphon some of this faith. Go to compartment A, because that's all I have accessed. Maybe it will have faith. Access granted. Woman is lying in this tightly closed capsule, eyes closed, lips rapidly and soundlessly moving as she recites something. Woman looks absolutely exhausted, which makes it hard to guess her age. She could be 40 or 18. Her outfit is an odd blend of medieval style and futuristic material. Her hands are folded across her chest and she's holding something, but you can't see what it is. Capsules full of electronic equipment and tubes leading from the woman to a glass vessel that's slowly filling up with a glowing liquid. Examine the vessel. Liquid. This is what we're looking for. They call it faith. Is it coming out of her? Don't think about it. The vessel is almost full. You can take it. What will happen to her? You glance at the woman behind the glass screen, who continues her silence. She'll be okay. Slowly pull the glass vessel of liquid out of the machine. The woman in the capsule pauses for a second. A new empty flask appears where the old one just was. The woman returns to her original state. Let's just leave. Synthesis button. There we go. Now I have a space multi-tool. Multi-tool. The flask fits perfectly in the compartment. You push down a little harder and it gently settles deeper into the machine. As soon as you take your hand out, a thick round hatch cover slides over the compartment. How do you remember? Do you remember how it went? Something about flame and mechanism. Don't forget the worthy. Let me just find that part. By the will of the worthy, I pray for the flame to obey my will and activate this mechanism. Obey my will and activate this mechanism. Roar starts building inside the engine, then suddenly bursts out. The pistons start moving. A steady hum fills the engine room. May the worthy bless you, Acolyte Antonine. The engine is working correctly again. Your work here is done. It is time for you to ascend. You start looking around nervously, bowing your head slightly. Ascension is the right to climb higher, to the middle of the ship. Ah, of course. You may use the elevator to ascend. And the sword, Excalibur, its location as the sacred sword will be made known only to those who have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge. Navigator's voice is always cold and mechanical, but he says this phrase in an even colder voice. Well, let's go to the elevator then. I wonder if I'll be able to come back down for the rest of these doors. I don't have The cards. It isn't in the cards. I'm okay. Do you wish to ascend to the middle level, brother? Yes, I do. Welcome to Earth, brother. Earth? We call the lower decks Hell, the middle level Earth, and the upper decks Heaven? Correct, brother. I see you have already studied our scriptures. If the will of knowledge guides you, visit the library on this floor. Okay, and it's Excalibur there on the top floor. Every acolyte who ascends from hell must first serve 5 human years on Earth before they will be permitted to touch the sword. What? Only after 5 years have passed can an acolyte grasp the highest sacred truth, and then the worthy will permit them to ascend to heaven and touch the sword. Begin your service. Your 5-year countdown has begun. So what am I supposed to do? How should I serve? Study truths, inspect the machinery, and help your brothers. Only routine will guide you to gradual understanding of the truth. You should look around and figure out a better plan than mopping floors for 5 years. So I'm gonna drop this. Another slot for faith. I thought they only needed it in the lower level. Faith is what moves our ship forward. Without it, the search for the worthy would be impossible. It is needed on each deck of the ship, as well as in each stage of our lives. Alright, I get it. What if I take all the fire extinguishers? Prayers carved into the wall in Gothic script. May strength fill the part of my body that you require most of all, O worthy. Okay, that should be easy to remember. I'll write it down. I'll call it the Spirit Prayer. Put the note in your pocket. Oh boy. Device connected to the pro chamber is on fire. You won't be able to get the vessel of faith. Use the fire extinguisher. Man inside shows no sign of life, just the equipment surrounding the capsule. The flask of faith was filled up before the fire and is almost unscathed. Take it from the compartment. It really is a miracle that it's intact. Younger crew member you've seen so far is writhing in pain inside the chamber. Panel shows his vitals is blinking red as the panel showing the temperature inside the capsule. Looks like the chamber's overheating. We should cool it down so that guy doesn't die. Side panel, you notice that the thermostat is set automatically. It says controlled by the navigator. Guess the navigator has a problem understanding room temperature. Could you lower this guy's temperature a little? He's about to burn alive. The data shows that the capsule is currently at optimal temperature. She's dead. Flask holding phase is empty. An old man inside the capsule. His whole body is shaking. His hands are grasping the chest of his suit as though he's trying to rip it apart. There's a phrase flashing on the panel. Car failure. Stabilizer injection required. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff I need in here. Dead man lies motionless. Plastic case next to the capsule is completely empty. Looks like the crew start to lose faith in their mission. After so many years of fruitless wandering, I'm not surprised. Wait a second. Look what he's holding. You open the capsule and as steam escapes, you can see the dead man's hands are grasping a tape reel. You should listen to see what's on there. flask holding the face. Why is this one empty? Alright, let's see if we can solve any of the other issues by putting... You must say a prayer. Speak your request to the worthy. Say the spirit prayer. Worthy has heard your prayer. I will give you their answer soon. So the worthy only talks to you? Why can't I hear the answer straight from them? You asked the wrong questions, Acolyte. You must not ask why you are not yet worthy of direct conversation with the worthy. Worthy of the worthy. Does the author know what a tautology is? In any case, I specifically was created in the supposed image of the worthy, and therefore I received signals from them. You were created? I thought you were human. The worthy has declared their will. You may activate the device. Indicators and message start to light up. Thank you, O worthy. Your hands together. Warning, insufficient energy. Limited function available. Your energy usage statics. It looks like the navigator requires almost 70% of total energy. Him needing so much is forcing them to fly slower than they had originally planned. Guess he's just that important. Kitchen convergent has received the required amount of energy. Access granted. See a huge metal door frozen shut at floor level. Looks like the freezer. Try to open the door. You pull in the cold handle with all your strength. No results. Yeah, that's not going to work. Maybe there's a knife somewhere in the kitchen. A knife? Are you joking? You'd need a sledgehammer and a chisel to break this ice, or an ice pick. Sure, there must be an ice pick around here, right? For all that space ice climbing they do. It doesn't have to be an actual ice pick, but there must be some kind of similar tool here. Don't see anything in the text. Maybe you should ask your neighbor. I think my neighbors all hate me now, but I'll try. Footsteps? Who's there? It's Ednine. Who? Ednine, your neighbor. I see. I'm looking for a pickaxe. Do you happen to have one? A pickaxe? What the hell's going on in your apartment? Renovations. More renovations? And where's my sledgehammer anyway? And my shovel? Fine. I'm knocking down a wall and your sledgehammer got stuck in it. I borrowed your shovel to dig it out, but the shovel got stuck too. I think a pickaxe is just what I need to fix this. What an idiot. Let me go look. Here, just remember to bring it back. Thank you. Why does he have all this stuff? Use the pickaxe. Raise the pickaxe over your head. Okay, here it goes. Ice is broken in tiny pieces. Nothing useful inside. Break the ice, but all you find inside is frozen food. Ice that might come in handy. What for? To cool something down later. You'll find out. Fine. Pickaxe to break the ice. Over your shoulder. Swing it gently, and the sharp point of the pickaxe digs into the ice, leaving the tiniest notch. Over your head. Only as much strength as needed. That's your motto. With a measured swing, you raise the pickaxe over your head and drop it onto the book. Thin crack appears along the edge, and a large chunk of ice falls on the floor with a crash. Not bad. Pick up the chipped off chunk of ice from the floor. Okay. So we'll go and cool that guy down, and then we'll take Faith from him and go to another room. Use ice to cool the chamber down. Pour ice into a capsule. The ice sizzles and then quickly starts melting. Temperature slowly starts to fall, and as soon as it reaches a normal range, you open the capsule. Man's eyes are still closed, but at least you saved him from suffocating in the heat. Should we leave him like this? Yeah. Let him get a little fresh air. Take the flask. Remove the flask of glowing liquid and put it in your pocket, making sure the lid is on tight first. Thanks. You nod at the still unconscious man. The infirmary, not receiving the required amount of energy, no access. We need to reduce the ship's energy consumption. Let's go figure out how we can do that. Oh, library. Let's go there and see if there's anything that we... Oh. Damage here too. Should hurry up. I guess the engine must have really flared up. Should hurry. If the fire spreads to the library, all the scriptures could be in ruins. Hatch won't open. Oh, that broke. Capsule is stuck, but you see a twisted chunk of metal keeping it from opening. If only you had... I already made the multi-tool. You find something on the multi-tool that kind of looks like a screwdriver and use it as a lever to move the piece of metal. To hear the words of the past, recite the voice prayer. To lower the righteous sword, recite the sacrifice prayer. To alter the electric reverse current, spirit prayer. If my hand, O worthy, prevents me from serving you, I will cut it off like a withered root. Let's write that down. Call it the sacrifice prayer. I'm sure you won't get them mixed up with such strange names. Need to get through to there, but yes, I want to go down because I have 2 more of the cards that I need to use. Be unknown error. Access denied. Use card C. Access granted. Completely empty. I don't think anyone lived here for a while. I think I need to go to the engine room anyway. Or not. Figure out how to get through to there. Really want to see Excalibur. You have not yet earned that right, Acolyte. Has anyone ever earned it, though? Acolyte Rimar proved his faith in the worthy and rose to heaven, but fortunately, he is no longer with us. Does one of them happen to be... No, these swords belong to the ship's crew. Excalibur isn't here. It's supposed to be sticking out of a stone, remember? Oh, right. Receiving the required amount of energy. Okay, so I couldn't get into the infirmary because it requires more energy. But I can get into the armory where the big gun is. Panel is inside the decorative metal frame with a floral motif. How does it turn on? Maybe it runs on faith too. Look under the panel and see a familiar empty compartment designed to fit a flask of faith. Fingers slowly reach towards the velvety looking black surface of the control panel. You sure that's a good idea? Tip of your finger slides across the screen. For the first second, it seems like nothing's happening. But in the next second, a substantial static shock runs through your finger. Ow. As soon as you pull your fingers away, a message appears on the screen. Insufficient faith. First things first, let's look around a bit. Get this prayer, another prayer, and the voices of their disciples will resound along the Black River from shore to shore, from source to mouth. Let's write that down. Voice prayer. Let's not touch the beans. It underlines the fact that there is a sharp increase of suicides on Earth after our crew took Excalibur off the planet. Aha. I guess let's put some faith in. With a hiss, the flask of faith settles deep into the cannon. The panel starts flashing almost immediately. Blue and green symbols form patterns and then play apart, forming several rectangular buttons. Okay, now, what now? Try touching the words. That seems to be how they do it in the book. Touch the message and say a prayer. Three greenish-blue rectangles are lit up on the weapons control panel. Status check. So you choose the second option. The screen goes black for a moment, then a chart appears on it. This cannon uses more than 20% of all the ship's energy. That's why we're going to turn it off. What's that number mean? The weapon's firepower. If it's to be believed, this weapon can destroy planets. Shiver runs through your body. We should turn it off quickly. We need energy. As you choose the third option, you see a huge message that covers the whole screen. Prayer required. Okay, go ahead. Which one should I say? It's hard to tell. I'll look for something about the weapon or energy. The words "sing a prayer" are flashing insistently across the screen. Voice prayer? The voices of the disciple resound along the black river from bank to bank, from source to mouth. Incorrect. Charge of blue energy rushes towards you. If you try to dodge, but it still hits your body, you seize up in pain. Son of a... This is too strong a charge for simple punishment. Sacrifice prayer. If my hand, O worthy, prevents me from serving you, I will cut it off like a withered root. You hear a hiss and the control panel goes dark. The cannon has been deactivated. See, it wasn't that hard. Access card D, and let's go through here, because this probably gets us to the other part of... To activate the playback device, insert Faith into the compartment on the panel, brother. I said always Faith. You should really understand by now that all the equipment here runs on it. Grump, grump, grump. I'm a grump. Okay. Available energy detected. I think we can unlock all the rooms now. The infirmary compartment is receiving the required amount of energy. Access granted. Good. Wheelchair stained with something red. Lovely. Near the wall is a locked container labeled medicine. Use multi-tool to find a long probe. On the multi-tool that you might be able to use as a lockpick. As soon as you insert it into the lock, something clicks and the lock opens on its own. It picked the lock itself. We looked at the device proudly. You're standing in front of a huge shelving unit. The control panel next to it is illuminated. First thing you notice is 3 blue numbers in the middle of the screen. First number, beep. The inside is made up of neat square compartments with different types of bottles in each. Pick up the closest one and read the old-fashioned paper label. Dandelion. Folk medicine. In the space age. It's empty. Blast back on. How about we check the other compartments? Second. In the middle of the shelf, we see a gilded box with an ornate inscription. Relics of the great martyr Rimar. A melted audio reel is lying next to it. Let's open the box. No way. I don't think it's a good idea to touch sacred relics on a ship where there's a crazy head that shoots lasers. You reluctantly pull your hand away. Take the melted reel. In its current state, you won't be able to listen to it. Something written here, but it's hard to read. Sacred truth? Isn't that what the navigator was talking about to get to the top floor? We have to restore and listen to this as soon as we can. Third button. Beep. Longer beep this time. Dozens of mean-looking metal syringes stare up at you from under their glass caps. They're each filled with a greenish liquid. The label on the inner wall reads stabilizer. Don't know how to inject people. You're lucky I'm a doctor. But actually, I don't think you're not... You're not that lucky, since I don't have hands here. Oh, you remembered something new about yourself? Yeah, Anyway, I'd feel more confident if it was some kind of spray or gel. Looks like you'll have to learn a new skill today. Fantastic. Carefully lift off one of the caps and take a syringe. It cools your skin and feels comfortable in your hand. Let's go back to the old man in the capsule. Hinge. You have a syringe and you're all ready to save the old man. Inject him quickly. Never done this before. I don't think the needle can pierce the capsule's glass. There's a catheter. There, to the left, under the panel. Just stick the needle in there and push out the medicine. Shiver of relief runs through your body as the medicine disappears into the capsule. The old man's condition starts improving before your very eyes. You cross your arms over your chest and wait. The old man's convulsions gradually stop, his breathing evens out, and his fingers stop tearing at his clothes. Hey, we saved his life. Yep. Now, can I take the flask and move on? Alright, alright. We did well. On the player in the library. What else is there? It's granted. Okay. Chest stains in the middle of the room. It looks as though the whole cell has been built around it. Red light starts glowing on the device. Another one, exactly identical, lights up on the chest. Bring the multi-scope tool close to the chest and it opens on its own. Inconvenient. What's inside? Queen's ring and medkit. Don't know if I'm gonna regret doing that, but oh well. Okay, I've got to go back here and into the armory. Flask in the compartment and just gently slides into the machine. Try the voice prayer. Worthy has heard your prayer, brother. You may activate the device. Thank you, Worthy. Looks like we can use this machine to listen to the audio reels recorded by the members of the crew. Might be useful information on them. What wonderful technology. It's just an ordinary audio player. Wasn't there anything like it in your book? No. Although considering where we are now, nothing should surprise me. Let's look at number 1. Hear an old woman's voice coming from the crack on the speaker. I remember reading an article criticizing our mission, even before we set off. I want to record the author's thoughts before I forget. He wrote about how the sword, which he blasphemously called a hunk of metal stuck in a stone, led to the idea of dividing us into worthy and unworthy. Gradually, people who understood that their chance of being found unworthy were extremely high found ways to avoid the test, coming up with crazier and crazier excuses to keep from being stigmatized as unworthy. This hunk of metal, which allegedly got stuck because of shifting stone slabs, caused general acceleration in the development of interplanetary travel, which eventually led to our departure. However, sometimes even I begin to wonder. The recording cuts out. Right? Number 2. Warning, the material you're about to listen to is recorded on Earth, and we consider it to be against our faith and our mission. You hear a middle-aged man's voice coming from the crackling speaker. In my attempts to analyze the influence of faith on our technology in light of recent events, I came upon an interesting detail. After all, behind all technology stands the Lent machine, which has a proven 2% error rate. That means there's a 2% chance that the base algorithm that every machine, every computer is built on is capable of making a mistake or failing. The uncertainty and unpredictability that this fact imposes on seemingly faithful and reliable machines creates space for superstition. What if I pray and the mistake doesn't happen? What if I perform a ritual, cross my fingers, and the mistake doesn't happen? Predicants. Alright. Story real. Hear an old man's weak voice coming from the crackling speaker. O worthy, I pray to you. It is not your strength I desire. Right? You write the words on the piece of paper held against your knee. But the responsibility that falls on one who is bold enough to raise a blade above themselves. Voice cuts out, then you hear the sound of the elevator opening and the navigator's voice from Pearl. Is this the sacred truth the navigator was talking about? If it is, then we won't have to work here for 5 years. Alright, let's go to the elevator. I think we'll be allowed up to the sword now. I believe I have grasped the sacred truth. I'm listening, Acolyte. You clear your throat, glance surreptitiously at the paper in your hand. O worthy, it is not the strength I desire, but the responsibility that falls on one who is bold enough to raise a blade above themselves. That is indeed the sacred truth. It must be understood by those who decide to touch the sword and be declared worthy. I am amazed that you were able to grasp it in such a short time. Well, I am prepared to uplift you. You sure you're ready? Nothing left. I'm done here. I'm ready. Let's go get the sword. It shall be done. Door's locked. Sign on it says Supreme Navigator. Really? Acolyte Antonin. What now? You said we could touch the sword. That is true, but you have been given a more important task right now. Go to the navigator's cabin. First, can I just notice the panel sliding back on the wall to reveal a weapon hidden behind it? That looks familiar. I'll automatically touch the back of your head. I'm going. Navigator? That thing's huge. Why'd you summon me? Well, obviously to kill me. Obviously. Well, besides to kill me, obviously. I need you to change the ship's course. Change it. Can't you do that yourself? I do not have the authority. Only the crew members can confirm the decision to go back. Go back? But what about the search for the worthy? Most of the crew has lost faith in our goal. Is that why you killed them? I simply made several harsh decisions based on purely economical reasons to reserve food and oxygen for the more useful crew members. Listen, the only thing I'm interested in is the sword. I permit you to touch it if you can confirm our course change. I won't change course. Then I'm afraid you're no longer needed for our mission. See about that. Oh god. Oh boy. Sinner, the worthy will punish your soul. Navigator's core flares up from within. Sinner. Sinner? Sinner. Sinner. The navigator's voice cuts out in the middle of the word. Suddenly, sirens start sounding. Get to the sword. Now. You break in the whole crew and they'll be here soon. Reserve power activated. Total system reboot in 3 minutes. Hurry. Warning, Sinner on the upper deck. It's already back up? No time to waste thinking about it. Head for the sword. Bang, bang, bang. Breakthrough any minute. Sword draws your full attention. The majestic hilt gleams in the light. The sharp blade disappears into the thick thorn. Try and use my hands to pull it out first. Right. Maybe out of all the people in the world, you're actually the worthy. You lower your head, take a deep breath, and walk up to the stone. That was sarcasm. Find another way to get the sword out quickly. Hands feel like they're filled with strength, and lightning seems to flash inside you. You're wasting time. I am worthy. What are you mumbling over there? Can't you use a laser or something to cut it out of the stone? I am worthy. Your legs lead you forward of their own accord. Your hand grabs the sword hilt, and it fits perfectly. It's your sword. All you have to do is pull it out, and damn it. Your muscles burn, but the sword doesn't move an inch. Try jiggling the sword. No way it can be stuck so tight in this darn stone. Jump up onto the stone. Grab the sword so you use your full weight to try and move Skywalker back and forth. Bang! They're getting desperate. They'll blow up the whole ship. High-pitched squealing from behind the door drowns out the sirens. They remembered that they have an automatic chainsaw. Diamond-coated. From page 142. Now we really don't have time. Dang it all. Pickaxe. Wind up and strike the edge of the stone. A big, ragged chunk falls to the floor with a crash. That's kind of unfair, but pretty efficient. Need to get that sword at any cost. Shout behind the door gets louder. Pickaxe strikes sound. Sword lurches forward. You throw your pickaxe aside and manage to catch it at the last second. There are still bits of stone on the blade, but all in all, Excalibur's free. You're fast. Seems like the stone got pretty worn out over the course of the journey. Try to raise Excalibur triumphantly, but it's too heavy. Besides, the saw's sharp teeth are tearing apart the thick steel door right before your very eyes. Time to get out of here? Time you grasp the sword with all your strength to get out of here. never tried to start writing. So that's what happens to writers once they work off their sentence. Did you get the item? Yeah, I got your item. Need to get some sleep now. I'm exhausted. Bathroom's boarded up. But why? I swear, if he's not happy with that. I got the sword. Hello? I mean, you called. Did something happen? I called you? Yeah, I was away for the weekend, but when I came back here, there were 15 missed calls on my machine. I figured something must have happened to you. Looking around at all the empty beer bottles. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. I apologize for bothering you. Don't worry about it. Well then, goodbye, I guess? Yes, goodbye. Order has been accepted. You may go. There was no envelope. What envelope? You know, the one with money inside that you usually give me after? Last time you ruined an order that cost me 600,000 pounds sterling. How much? And you think I'm going to pay you for that? Think of it as compensation for my losses. Hold on, you paid me 1,000 per order. That still leaves you with so much money. That's all I have to say. Alrighty guys, well that is going to be it for this episode, so thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to keep up to date on all the videos, and remember to free the feral wildflower in you. Bye bye!